go and give it to him? Thank you. So we'll take a quick look around Wellington, because the IRS will take around about 7 minutes to complete. So we'll have a quick look around. The scenery is actually from FlightBeam Studios, so it's an awesome piece of scenery. I'm not sure why the jetway says up the top there, not Wellington. A bit curious about that. And then on the other side it says Wellington. Not sure what that means. So good on you, Jetstar. Anyway, that's okay. So we'll have a look around. So Wellington basically has a international and domestic terminal pretty much all together. So this side here is actually the international side, and the other side is the domestic terminal, or the domestic side. So we'll go around here. So, got the fire station just over there. So currently in real time it's actually 7:33 in the evening here in Auckland, or in New Zealand. But we will be flying. I've set a custom sort of time for during the day. So we're actually flying during the day, not at night time, so we can actually see. Hopefully it's not too cloudy on our departure. So you can actually see this part of the terminal is actually from the Hobbit. This part here is actually the Rock. It's called the Rock. Oh, g'day Bo, how's it going? How are you? So this is the Rock there. And we'll just go out here, we'll go through all this. You can see the guidance system. So the guidance system in Wellington is actually really good in real life. Unlike Auckland, the domestic terminal doesn't actually have a guidance system per se. It's more a marshaller in Auckland. But in Wellington, every single gate that you can see here has a guidance system. So it'll actually guide the aircraft actually to the terminal, which is really good. Yeah, thanks, Bo. How's the audio today? Hopefully it's okay. Yesterday was sort of a little bit, people were saying it was actually sounded a little bit metallic. So hopefully it's okay today. So, yep, it's, today, you can see the weather is absolutely rubbish. The weather is terrible in Wellington. It's not looking good at all. So, but it is what it is. We'll do our walk around very soon, just around the aircraft to make sure everything's okay. So as I said, this scenery is actually from FlightBeam Studios. So I was actually the beta tester for Wellington. So it's definitely one of their best sceneries. I mean, Auckland's definitely right up there, 100%. So we're just gonna. So this side here is where the turboprops are based. And what we'll do very soon, we'll actually connect to the VATSIM network, and hopefully we'll get some aircraft and some ATC tonight in real time. So we'll just walk back to the aircraft. We'll just go out of here. We can actually walk inside the terminal, but unfortunately this scenery doesn't have interior lighting, which I find kind of strange, which is a shame. It really is a shame. So we'll have a look. We'll get back inside the aircraft for a second. We'll get set up here. So we're actually on external power at the moment, and the IRS is still lining, so about 3 minutes to go. And we'll have a quick look at our flight plan here as well. So the flight plan today, as I said, Wellington to Auckland. So our block fuel today, so our total fuel on board today will be close to 7.2 tonnes. So we're rounding it up, so it'll be 7.1, you know, to be exact. But normally we'd round that up to about 7.2, depending on you know, our taxi fuel and all that sort of thing. So Wellington will be departing off runway 16 on the ATV1 Quebec departure with a Russell transition, and we'll. This is our flight plan here, so we're going via the Quebec 127 to Apapi, Quebec 277, so, and then we're back to Davie, and then arrive on the Davie 6 Alpha arrival for runway 23 left at Auckland. So we'll go down. So today we've got 152 passengers, 4 tonnes of cargo. Payload today 16 tonnes, so we're reasonably heavy today. So takeoff, our takeoff weight is about 66.8 tonnes. So we're really heavy today. Got probably about 2 tonnes allowance because our maximum is about 68 or 69 if you sort of give it a little bit of a leeway. So here's our operational flight plan. So our operational flight plan, as you can see, it's not, not much to see, but it's sort of giving us enough information to go on. We'll have a look at the weather now. Okay, so the weather out of Wellington is the winds are 190 degrees at 31 knots. It is gusting a little bit from what I checked before, so we'll see how we go. There is light rain in the area, and there's a little bit of haze as well, so it might make things a little bit interesting on departure. Clouds are broken at 2,100 and then broken another layer at 2,900. Temperature's only 10 degrees, so it's really cool for this time of year, and the dew point is 8. So the weather is actually becoming 180 at 25, gusting 35 knots. So as you know, Wellington is primary gauge of Wellington here. So as you can see, it's going to be absolutely gusty here later on tonight. Auckland. Oh, Mr. Uggsy, how are you, mate? How's it going? Auckland for our arrival. It's looking a little bit better actually. It's not too bad. So we are flying during the day. As I said, I've set a custom times we actually are flying during the day. So Auckland 240 at 11. Clouds of fuel at 2,100, broken at 3,100. So we've got 2 layers of cloud layers. temperature is 18, and dew point is 14, QNH is 1009. So not too much of a difference from the TAF. It's looking pretty much the same. The visibility will drop down to about 6,000 meters, so that'll be later on tonight. Vinci, the pilot, welcome aboard. Hello, how are you? So what's number 1 and 6? Where are you seeing that? Alright, so we do have an alternate today at Christchurch, so once we depart out of Christchurch, if there is any issues, we'll just turn around and head to Christchurch, but we're not anticipating any issues. So that's our departure today. Heading out, the winds, as you can see, reasonably calm for our departure. Wellington's sort of a little bit windy, but it's not too bad. We can live with it. Flight plan goes over my house. Yeah. Normally this one here, it's actually straight out. So there is actually no. When you're departing out of Wellington, it's a straight out. It's not like Auckland where you've got different intersections that you need to bypass and all that sort of thing. So it's a really good departure. Riding over the North Island, so it's really good. Today we're going to be cruising at we're going to be cruising at 370, so reasonably high today. So we'll go down to so it's pretty much, so it's 390, 340, so it's in between. So yeah, as you can see, the winds are reasonably good, not too bad at all. No temps today, notice to airmen. Wellington's taxiway alpha is it's not too bad. We've got no problem there. There's no roadworks or no works in the area. Which I don't know what I'm saying about roadworks. There's really nothing we need to worry about there. We will go back, have a look at Navigraph, have a look at our departure. So have a look at the airport. So we can see here. Zoom in. So we're currently on gate 16 out of Wellington. So we're anticipating a runway 16 departure. So once we push back, we'll go back and then push back probably to taxi via Bravo 6 and then Bravo all the way down to Alpha 1. So by that time we should be able to get a good clear departure out of there. I'll wave as you fly over. Yeah, so that's that one, and then our departure out will be the ANZ432 Quebec departure. So we're going to go via Russell. Just zoom in here. ANZ432 Quebec departure. So we're going out of here, turn round, and then head to Russell. So Russell will be our initial transition, and then we'll track direct. So Russell basically says from ANZ, turn right direct to ANZ, maximum 210 knots, turn right, track 350 to ECAV, and then turn left, track 340 direct to Russell. We were actually going to track direct to Russell after departure, so we're not actually, so we'll save a little bit of time. We might actually have some ATC on departure as well. Now, because of it's a very short flight today, I've actually put in our Auckland charts as well, and we also will set up our arrival as we're on the ground as well. So ground charts, go down to our parking stand. Oh, that's not the right one. Look. Where's it gone? See somewhere? There it is. So our arrival into Auckland. So we're looking at, the company's basically giving us runway, it's a 23 left arrival, and we're anticipating gate 30 from the company. The company actually gives us an assigned gate, so gate 30, so we'll taxi in, hopefully get off at Alpha 8, if not we can then vacate at Alpha 9, via Alpha, then via Bravo 6 into the gate, and we might actually go via Bravo 7 and go along Bravo to gate 30. So that's looking good there. So we're looking at the arrival. So we'll intersect the ILS runway 23 left, and it's a minimum descent altitude of 3,000 with a 114.4 DME. It's 11.4 DME, which is the distance measuring equipment on board the aircraft, and a runway heading of 231. So descent altitude 3,000, frequency on the ILS 1099, and the VOR to the actual airport itself 114.8. And we've got our minimum descent. So our actual minimum descent altitude is 3,000, but our decision height, which is we are committed. So anything below 273 feet, we are committed. And our decision height 273 feet, or anything over that, we can make that decision whether we need to go around. If we need to go around, it is Lingu, and we need to climb to 14 DME out of Auckland, mandatory 3,000 for the missed approach. And final course 231 on the runway heading. We'll get radar vectors hopefully from ATC, and if we need to, when we come back to the airport. So that's basically that. As you can see, the ILS has already aligned, so that's all good. We'll actually have a quick look around the aircraft, make sure everything's all good. And quick look around. We can start at the nose wheel. As I said, we're on external power at the moment. So we'll have a quick look inside the wheel well. Landing lights, the taxi lights are all good. No tears on the tyres. We'll go around, or should we go around this way? Quick look around. Inside the fan, blades are looking good, no cracks around the cowling, and have a look around the outside. The buckets are closed, and the exhaust is looking good, no problems there. And have a look. Okay, the leading edge, the slats are not extended, which is a good thing. On the ground we've got our red navigation light, and those little things that are sticking out there are actually the static wicks, so they disperse any static electricity. And we've got no hydraulics onto the aircraft, so the ailerons are drooped, which is what we should see. The flaps are not extended. Go and have a look at the landing gear. No tears on the tyres, the inflation's good. The brakes, the braking accumulator, it's looking good. Oops. Looking good there. And inside the wheel well, you can actually see the doors are actually closed from the wheel well. So once we take off, the doors will open, and then the landing gear will actually retract inside. So we go outside to here, go out the other end. Looking good there. What I really like is the lighting. So you can see the lighting inside the aircraft, inside the cabin. It's actually got that sort of pink lighting there. And further down the vertical stabilizer, and then the horizontal stabilizer with the ailerons, and the APU is not running. We've got the cargo doors closed at the moment. We'll open those very soon. Have a look at the other landing gear. No tears on the tyres. And we've got the trucks in. Brake accumulators. Looking good. Have a look on the other side of the wing. We've got the aileron is drooped. Look at the exhaust. Exhaust is good. And down the fan. So that's the N1 fan. So I don't know if you heard me from the last live streams when I say we've got positive on the N1. Well, that's the N1. And then the N2 is at the back. So this back of the fan is actually two fans. So it's got a high bypass throughout the fan. So it's sucking the air through and then sucking it right out at supersonic speeds. So we've got the cargo door closed. So we've got our static probes, it's not blocked. So it's looking good. External power. Cool, we're looking really good there, it's looking fantastic. Alright, so let's get up set up for our flight today. So we're actually going to connect to VATSIM. So New Zealand 443. Alright, and then cruise altitude set 370. Okay, that's looking good. And we'll just request our refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, so we'll wait for the refueling truck. We might actually go and see him come in, just quickly. See where he turns up. Oh, got somebody attached to our gate. This can't be good. So we're connected onto the VATSIM network, so someone else is on the same gate as us. Wow. Normally it's who's here first, and I think we were here first. That's alright. Here comes the fuel truck. Exxon Mobil.
Fuel truck is in position.
And,
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
There he is. There's the refueling guy. He's attaching it up to the aircraft, getting us our fuel. So we'll just wait for him to say that we need to start refueling. To activate it.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
So we'll do that. So we'll go into our mass imbalance. 152 passengers. We will load. Just do a fast one. Get it over and done with. And then we'll just open our cargo doors. Cool. Alright, so we're currently refueling at the moment, and we will now set up our flight plan in the flight management computer. In fact, we will also set our frequency. I don't think there's any ATC online at the moment. No, there's not. It's okay. Cool. So we'll, oops, 228. And cancel that. And go inert page and requests. Excellent, so that's now in there. Okay, and we're New Zealand 443. Cost index today is 30 as well. Flight level 370, we'll see how we go with that. We might actually stay a little bit lower, depending on how we look. Temperature outside at the moment is only 11 degrees, so it's reasonably cool outside. It's fine. Departure out of runway 16. The ATF1 Quebec departure. And it's going to be via Russell, I believe. Just confirm. Yep, it's via Russell. So we will choose Russell, set that, and we're actually going to set our arrival now because this is a very short flight into Auckland. We're actually going to do it now. So we'll get ILS runway 23 left, and then the Dave 6 Alpha arrival, select that, perfect, looking good. Alright, so we'll wait until we finish refueling. I think we've actually finished refueling, I think. Yep, it's looking good. Alright, so as you can see, the departure route of runway 16 is just going to turn us around. We're actually going to, once we get airborne, we're actually passing 3,000 feet, we'll track direct to Russell. So that will actually make life a little bit easier for us. Okay. And good. Yeah, the weather today out of Wellington is not all that. It's not great at all. It's low cloud. There's a little bit of rain in the area. This guy here decided to sort of park into our stand. Hopefully he gets out of the way. We were actually here first. And that is how an aircraft is born. Yeah, pretty much. I think it's the same way as a tractor, isn't it? To be honest. So, cool. We're looking really good today. It's going to be a good departure out of here. Just check out, have a look at our flight plan again. Go to the operational flight plan. So 7.2 tons today. We are sitting at 7.2. It's fully refueled, and we're actually going to start the APU now. So we're on external power. So we'll start the APU. So we wait about 3 seconds before switching. So we go master, 3 seconds, then turn on, then go start. Got the fuel pumps off. Yep, so I will be doing a Auckland to Queenstown probably tomorrow night, New Zealand time. So that's going to be a really interesting departure, and hopefully the weather's going to be all good for us there. Really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that flight. So you can see here, the APU is starting. So as soon as it reaches 100% on the N1, sorry, on the N, and then you can see the exhaust gas temperature start decreasing. Yep, so it's now showing available, showing 115 volts. APU bleed going on. So that then will provide us the air conditioning throughout the cabin and throughout the cockpit as well. Alright. Now we're looking in terms of... Let's have a look. Not long to go. Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, transponder set. Just turn on some lights here. Oh, in terms of my real life flights, yeah, huge buzz. When I was on the jump seat for work, we were everything that I'm doing here is pretty much how it is in real life. Because I'm a crew controller at Air New Zealand, we basically, I monitor what the crew is doing, making sure they're in their duty hours and that sort of thing. When I was on the jump seat, I watched exactly what they were doing, so it was really cool to see. I'm actually going to go into the jump seat again, probably in the next couple of weeks, down to Christchurch. I'm really looking forward to that as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Excellent, right. 152, that's looking good. Alright. Get our first officer to start setting up.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't be 30 minutes. We're actually going to speed that up for our departure. And we'll actually put in our loads through the flight management computer. In fact, I think we'll get our winds now. Okay, the winds are set. We'll do calculations for the weights. So we'll go to our mass and balance on the tablet. So zero fuel weight, 59.7. Maximum gross weight 28.9. So 28.9. And our block fuel still 7.2. So 7.2 tons. So it's just doing the fire tests. So we've got 200 grams of fuel there. Yep, I am. Okay. We will set up for departure. Runway 16 for departure. Runway is, well, we'll call it wet, I think. Call it wet. Sync that. Packs will be on for departure. Sync the live weather. And we'll calculate that. Okay. V1 today, 117. T for the VR. It's for our rotate speed. 140 on the V2. $13,000 for transition. Keep that as it is. Flaps 1 and then down 0.1 on the trim. So normally that's actually kind of a, we might actually go flaps 2. Oh no, we'll stay at flaps 1 for now. I don't think it should be any problems there. And we are flexing at 51 degrees. Good. Okay, we've got a company message. It's probably going to be our load sheet. Yep, load sheet. Yep, that's just the telling us what our zero fuel weight, takeoff weight, and then the passengers, 152 passengers. So we'll accept that. We'll actually keep that on the Prefinet page. You can see on there it's 140 knots. Good. Alright. Decrease that.
Hi, the security and safety checks are all done. Can we start boarding now?
Yes, you can start boarding.
Thanks.
Will there be an in-flight meal? I hope so. I need one. You can only hope. I think our flight attendants, yeah, they've been pretty good of late. So we'll hopefully get some in-flight meals. And
Boarding requested.
Okay, I'm going to actually have a look outside. Going to have a look at the load. You can see they're moving up.
Do you want to board crew?
No, we don't need to worry about that.
Passengers boarding starting.
They sound Australian. Yeah, they do actually. Unfortunately, we don't have any Kiwi accents, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. So they're going to wait until they're going to go and grab the containers, and then they'll come in and start loading. Might wait out here until that's done.
Good morning. Thank you.
Nope, here it comes. Better get out of the way so we don't get run over. Out of the way. Here comes the other one. So I've got 4 tons of cargo and the rest are probably bags.
Morning. Receive boarding cards, sir, please. Thank you. Hi, morning.
Okay. We'll have a look how this loading goes on. There it goes. So there goes the first container. rotates around, then it'll be lifted up.
Morning.
So all the loadings are actually done by Air New Zealand. So there's two companies within the Auckland airport that actually do the loadings. You've got Air New Zealand that does it, then you've got Menzies Aviation that then do it as well. But because Air New Zealand has its own loading team, it's all done by Air New Zealand. They look Australian as well. Yeah, they do. In fact, let's have a look at this guy. Oh, this woman, sorry. Let's have a look at this lady. Yep, definitely looks Australian to me. Check out that mullet. Go and have a look at the front. Let's go. That's good. Oh, twins. Drinking a Steinlager ultra low carb today. It's quite nice. So it goes inside the hold. So probably one more container to go. So he's almost finished. Aussies all look the same to me. Yeah. I was having a look earlier, there's one thing I want to show you, and to me this does not make sense. And see if you can figure this out yourself. So Jetstar owns sort of like the rights to the advertising, I don't know why, in Wellington. So you can see here it says not Wellington, and then on the other side it says Wellington. If you can tell me exactly what that means, I'll be very interested to know. Good on you, Jetstar. So not Wellington, Wellington. Curious. So he's almost loaded up.
Hello, sir.
And I wish this guy here would get out of the way. He's annoying me. I mean, we're not too far from pushing back, so maybe he'll push back before us. Oh well. Cool. So we'll just wait now. And we're actually going to set the seatbelt signs to on. I'm assuming it means going on to the air bridge to the plane. You're heading to not Wellington, going to the terminal is Wellington. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I could probably sort of say that's what it means. Oh, I'm hoping for a baby Cessna. You're hoping for a... Okay. You might probably want to go for maybe a Cessna 152. Alright, looks like all the passengers are now aboard. We will now decrease the time, just to get
Hi
ourselves
guys, here's a load sheet for you.
Thanks.
First officer's a little bit slack, he hasn't set his flight plan. Do that for him. And decrease the time, go down to about 3 minutes. Set the departure. Okay. Yeah, we'll actually go marginal for the weather today. That's still pretty cloudy outside. Pushback is required. Config 1 for departure. Reduce thrust for takeoff. Threats? No, there's no threats today. Runway 16 for departure. And we are... V1 will be 117. VR 140 and V2 of 140, flexing 51, cruising 370, and 1541 for the thrust reduction. Transition altitude 13,000, and we'll have 29% on the trim, and we'll run his.
Hi guys, all passengers are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes.
Thanks, let me know if you need it.
Cabin crew, closed doors and arm slides. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Alright, the latest weather shows marginal conditions. Plan to push and start for 2-engine taxi. There are no hot spots along our taxi route. It'll be a left seat takeoff, and there's no need for radar today. We'll plan for a reduced thrust takeoff. Prior to V1, for any master warning, engine fire or failure that will prevent the aircraft from flying safely, we'll abort and stop on the runway. After V1, we'll take it flying and deal with it in the air and plan to come back here. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that completes the brief.
Nice. Okay. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
7160 kilograms.
Seatbelts.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Baro ref.
1010 set.
1010 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Okay. And we'll make sure that, yep, jetway is clear. Just make sure there's no HSC online. Nope, good. Okay, we'll turn the fuel pumps on now. There you go, fuel pumps are now on. Beacon is on. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 117 VR 140 V2 140 flex temp 51 degrees.
V1 117 VR 140 V2 140 flex temp 51 degrees. Windows
Closed.
beacon
On.
before start checklist completed.
Okay, we'll now make our call for a pushback. Wellington traffic, New Zealand 443 is pushing back, gate 16.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Just select our route, so go back, set the route.
Departure checks
Well, it looks like
completed.
a 737 A320 cross, so who knows what you'll get. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Select the ignition to on. And go nose right. And we will... Nothing we have to do.
Lock in gear.
Wait till he puts the pin into the main weir well, which will stop the
Release parking brakes, please.
landing gear from being restricted accidentally.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Start engine 1.
Starting engine 1.
Okay.
Okay, we'll monitor the engine start. So N2 is rising. N1 got positive oil pressure on number 1 engine. Good pressure and nil vibration, so that's good to see. We did have a positive ignite. Okay, there's the accumulator. Gone back to Gen 1. Okay, starting engine 2.
Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Please set parking brakes.
Set the parking brake.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine. Start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Just wait for him to disconnect. It's fine. There goes the tug.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay,
Left is clear, right is clear.
so we'll set to ignition to normal. He will now set the flaps for takeoff, so we'll set flaps 1. And we'll turn off the APU now because we're both on engines. They can be cancelled, that's fine. And all equipment's clear.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
29% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
So he's now going to do his flight controls checks on his side. Okay, we are good. So we will go via Bravo 7 onto Alpha and then we'll taxi to the Alpha 1 holding point for runway 16. So I'll just give a call out to let everybody know. Wellington traffic, New Zealand 443's taxiing to holding point Alpha 1 for runway 16 via Bravo 7 and Alpha. Okay, brakes released.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Okay, we need to do a brake check.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Brakes are good. Go back to that one. So we'll go via Bravo 7, so we need to turn the nose wheel steering on. A little bit of braking. Come round to the left, and then we'll shoot back round to the right. So we'll come back round. Go down to runway 16. So we've got the Ridges Hotel, which is over there. I haven't actually stayed there yet. It'd be interesting to stay there. Here's some good stuff. We've got the fire station over here. In the distance, you actually got Burger King. You can actually see it. Right, taxi checklist.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive windshield system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
Okay, let's make sure everything's set. Looking good. Happy days. Turn on the VORs. Approaching Alpha 1. Okay, we'll actually stop here. Just make sure we are set. Looks like the QNH has now changed to 1011 for the altimeter. Okay, and we got nothing on final. Let's check that. No, looking good.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Correction, Wellington, traffic New Zealand 443 is lining up runway 16. Alright, everybody ready? Here we go. Put your heads between your legs. Here we go.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 16 confirmed.
Runway 16 confirmed. TCAS.
TAI
PAX 1 and 2.
on.
Lineup checklist completed.
Okay.
Takeoff.
Check.
Cool, holding on tight, fantastic. Set thrust. Thrust stable. Flexing.
Manflex 5-1 SRS runway auto thrust blue.
Check. Thrust set. (100 knots).
Checked.
V1.
Oh, getting pushed around a little bit.
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Pitch. Pitch. Gear up.
Yeah, the winds are definitely picking up now. Okay. Turn the autopilot on now. So as you can see, the winds are now at 32 knots. Only at 1,200 feet, so it's getting a little bit gusty now. So we're actually going to set the so the autopilot's now on, so we shouldn't have to worry about having to wrestle around with the wind. Okay, thrust reduction. I think we'll track via the SID, and then we'll track direct to Auckland. Passing 3,000.
Flap 0.
Start retracting the
Speed
flaps.
check. Flap 0.
Okay, we actually will start to track direct. Okay, direct to Russell. Confirm that. Start turning. So we're in cloud at the moment, unfortunately, so hopefully we'll be getting some much lighter conditions very soon. Yeah, no problem, Mugs. I'll definitely be here. No issues at all. Passing through 6,000. increase that range. You can actually see it's getting a little bit lighter now as we go through the cloud layers. Alright, passing through 10,000 feet now. So we're on managed speed, and then the navigation is tracking us direct to Russell. Clear of this cloud very soon. Oh, here we go, we're through. See, huge difference. Okay, we're actually going to do an open climb. So we're going to do managed climb. Okay, transition altitude, is it standard?
Set standard.
Standard. Cross-check. Passing flight level 142. Now.
Checked.
So this is going to be a very short flight. So as you can see, if I zoom in. So our top of climb is there, and our top of descent is shortly after. So we need to pay close attention on what we're doing. Might as well turn the seatbelt signs off as well. Also, what we're going to do is, because we don't have much time, just going to set up for the arrival now. So we're going to shoot for the ILS runway 23 left. It is dry conditions. Apply the meter. So we're currently, the winds are 250 at 8. No clouds are detected, so we're actually going to get a really good arrival. QNH is 1009. Set our landing weight. Landing weight is So basically what we do is we minus the gross weight, which is down here, to the amount of fuel we have on board. So we're looking at round about 59 to 58 tonnes for our arrival. So we'll set about 58. So it's about around about 58.8 approximately. It doesn't need to be exact. So if we look at it, you'll see here, and if I change between medium auto brake and then to max auto brake, that line will then change. So we don't actually need a high auto brake. So we're actually going to set it to low, and we're going to have idle reverse thrust. Okay, so we will set low auto brake. Go to the preference, the performance page, sorry. Go to the arrival, or the approach chart. Set, go back here. And we want Auckland. Go here. So we want the ILS runway 23 left. Load that chart up. So our minimum descent altitude is 3,000 with a decision height of 273 feet. So our visibility at that point needs to be 1,200 metres, so we're well within that. So that's what we want. So at 3,000 feet we need to be at 9.1 DME, which is the distance measuring equipment or the aircraft, which will then tell us at that point we need to be at 3,000, and then runway heading will be 231. So if we have to go around, our decision altitude for the go around will be 273 feet, as I said, with a mandatory climb to 3,000 feet with a heading of 051, or outbound to 051, and then track outbound on that. So it'll be 231, round there into 051. So we'll expect radar vectors from HSC if they're online. So we'll cancel that. So we are looking in terms of weather. So 1009. Temperature in Auckland is 18 degrees. .240 at 12 for our winds. Transition altitude is flight number 150, and then we will set, so it's 139 plus 5, so we're looking at around about 144, 145. We actually will set 145 because of the way the winds are at the moment. Okay, we know that the descent altitude is 273, sorry, our decision height. So, oops. Sorry, wrong button. 273. There we go. Decision. We'll set that on the radio altimeter. Okay. Good. 26,000. So again, what we'll do is we'll have a look at the arrival into Auckland. Zoom in just a little bit there. So we're on the Davy 6 Alpha, so we need to cross Davy, maximum 280 knots, then track 353, and we don't need to worry about the 353 because we're basically being tracked via the nav or the navigation. So we need to be at or above 9,000 via ANZ, cross Silver at or above 6,000, maximum 240 knots, track 020 to Sabbath, and cross Sabbath at or above 4,000, maximum 220 knots. So we're actually going to go into, we won't be in managed speed, we'll select the speed for the arrival, and then it'll be track of 321 to MRAG, cross MRAG at or above 3,000 and maximum 220 knots, which will be lower than that because we'll be on the approach. So you can see here, via Davy is 280 knots, maximum 280 knots. Zorba, maximum 240 knots. Be on the ILS. Maximum via Zabab at 220 knots. And then once if we have to go around, it'll be a maximum at MRAG of 210 knots. Have a look at the chart for the airport. So we're anticipating gate 30 for the arrival, so we'll come on 23 left. We'll try and vacate at Alpha 8, if not we'll definitely get off at Alpha 9. Go along onto Alpha, and then hopefully we'll either go along Bravo 7 or Bravo 6, then onto Bravo, then onto gate 30 at the domestic. Happy days. The only problem with, I think, with the Fenix, it's the flight deck looks a little bit dark for my liking. Normally in the real life it's a little bit lighter than this. Still pretty cloudy outside at the moment. But that should clear up by the time we get up to Auckland. Turn on the constraints so that we can see when those maximum airspeed restrictions actually do apply, so they'll actually show up on this display here. Bo, yeah, can't see you from my place with that cloud. Yeah, that's true. So, see, cloud everywhere. For some reason that keeps popping up, and I think it's just due to the flight, the stick. It's not actually within its alignment, so that's no issue. I'm sure my mountain is in there somewhere. Yeah. Well, as you can see, it's starting to clear. So a little bit of breaks throughout the cloud layers. Look at that. So tomorrow night we will do a flight from Auckland to, well, before Argosy stream, we will do a flight from Auckland to Queenstown. See how that goes. Back to work on Thursday. Okay, 1,000 to go. So I've just for information, this is a whole new YouTube channel. I've only just started it. I have uploaded a few videos, but I haven't really sort of got into it. So I've only just started to get into live streaming. So yeah, see how it goes. Coming out to 370 now, we're actually going to start descending within the next about 17 miles. Okay, Alt Star. There you go, so we've got quite a good view outside at the moment. Clouds are sort of starting to disperse around that area. So let's have a look in terms of where we are at the moment. So we're basically there. That's good to know, Bo. Thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. And it's a little bit sort of nerve-wracking to make sure that everything is 100%. You know, there's no issues with the audio, video quality, all that sort of thing. You've passed me. Alright, so we'll start descending very soon. And
you have control.
I have control.
We'll start doing the arrival brief now, get that out of the way. So, good conditions, runway is dry, APU needs to be on for the landing. We'll be landing on the ILS. Threats, no, there's no threats. Order land. Okay, and decision altitude 273. 273. Then we'll run that. Hey! How's it going outdoor? So I'll run that brief now.
Are you ready for the arrival brief?
Go ahead.
Our current weather shows nice VFR conditions, and we've got the arrival and approach for guidance in FMS for descent planning to get down to the airport. It'll be an ILS approach. The runway is dry, and we'll take the first available turn and taxi to the gate per ATC instructions. Once cleared, we can plan to start the APU for taxi in. Any questions?
No questions.
Brief complete.
Nice. Okay, so we've got low water brake armed. Select flight plan page.
I have control.
You have control.
Nice. Good. That's good, mate. I hope you're doing well. Really do. Oh, so the throttle's moved slightly. Bring that back. So max speed. Start descending. So we'll our initial descent altitude will be 1000. We'll start descending very soon. So all you can see up there is ocean. Tasman Sea's out there. Got a company message. Better check that. So the company messages are actually, they come via what's called an ACARS. So the ACARS signal gets beamed up to the satellite, then comes back down, and then the aircraft then picks the message up. That's how it basically works in simple terms. So the ACARS message though, that means absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. So they need to make that a bit more sort of, I mean it says send ADC for 707, yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. I work at Air New Zealand and I send these all the time up to the aircraft, and yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. Right, let's start descending. So we'll do manage descent. Cancel that. Don't need that. Okay, so idle, thrust idle, So we're on managed descent. So yeah, so this is all new to me. Okay, in terms of the live stream, it's good to have you guys here. It really is. It's in terms of you guys that I know from the farming community. It's great to have you here. It really is, and I will build this channel up as we go. So we need to keep an eye on that speed, because at the moment, even though the winds are almost a headwind, you can see by the arrow there, it is pushing us a little bit, and the winds are sort of varying a little bit. You can see that number of 276 sort of changing, and then the winds are about 35 knots up at this altitude, so we need to keep an eye on that. So you can see Hamilton there. So if we look out here, Hamilton would be about there-ish. Yeah, Bo, I've always been in flight sim. I only started within the farm sim pretty much, just recently, to be honest. But I really got into the farm sim side of it and really enjoying it. This has been my passion ever since I was a kid. So got a light cloud layer here, so we're just passing through that. Let's just check. See if there's any HSC online at the moment. Nope. So, on the VATSIM network, we have us, which is New Zealand 443. Behind us is New Zealand 456. That's the guy that was at our gate. We have Qantas 9 Papa Charlie, which is a funny call sign, but it is what it is. PIC, whatever that is. Oh, he's coming up as a new pilot. So how I check that is what's called VATSpy. So if you Google VATSpy, you can actually see all the aircraft on the VATSIM network. It's a little program that you just download to your computer, and it's a map of all the aircraft that are flying around the world on the VATSIM network. In fact, what I'll do, if you guys are interested, I will put on VATSpy. You can view interested, you can take a look and see where we are. You need to download it to your computer though, unfortunately, which is a bit of a bugger. So I played a bit more of Flight Sim, but no more than cruising around and crashing into stuff. We'll love to see some videos with, I mean, if I can help you, if you need anything. I mean, sometimes I do some long haul flights. I do some flights to Narita in Japan. Flights to Nandi. Some other flights, long haul flights. So I do a couple of those. I don't do them often. I usually do sort of more domestic than anything else. But if you really want to get into this, there's like this one here is made by this Airbus A320 is actually made by Fenix Simulations. And then the actual scenery itself around New Zealand is the world update, and I can't remember what number it is, but this is the actual world update, and it's only just come out. It's free, you don't pay for it. The only things you do pay for is the airport scenery, which is what we had in Wellington, that's done by FlightBeam, and Auckland, which is also FlightBeam as well. Christchurch, which was what we've flied out previously, is done by NZA Simulation, so November Zulu Alpha Simulations. So the that link I've sent you is basically the link to show all the aircraft that are flying around the world, and you can if you're flying online on the VATSIM network, then you'll be able to see your aircraft online and also anything that's around you. So we'll start going down to 3,000 feet. We'll actually arm the ILS. We'll also do the first officer side as well. It's getting a little bit cloudy here, I think. Passing through 16,000 or 16.3, and that little line there is our point at which we're going to make roundabout. So it's actually it's coming towards us. Don't think that really will be accurate, so we won't worry about that too much. So now we need to start slowing down. So we'll come back to 270 knots. By Davy, we need to be at or above, at 280 knots. But we'll start to slow down. Brings the speed brake out. So the speed brake is the little things that come on top of the wings. So when you come up on landing, when you land, you'll notice that they pop out of the wing, and that sort of slows it sort of disturbs the airflow over the wings. For our flight, it also does the same thing in the air, but it also provides a little bit of what's called, as a speed brake. So in your car, you put your foot on the brake, it's exactly the same sort of principle. Okay. Transition altitude. So set that 1009.
1009 set.
1009 set. Passing 12,900. Now
Checked.
So you can see that little green dot here, where the altitude is. It basically means that we're on profile. So if that green dot is down below, we're way too low. If that green dot is high, we're way too high on the profile. So at the moment, we're exactly where we need to be. So we'll good. We're actually going to start to slow down a bit more because it's getting a little bit fast here on profile. So we'll start to slow down a bit. So we're actually going to come down to about 240 knots. Passing through the cloud layer. Start to bring some more speed back out. So 240 we'll say for now. Passing through 10,000 now. So we need to get out of this cloud layer. It's, in fact, we'll do, we can actually retract the spoilers. We're just coming through that cloud layer now. Actually, we want a little bit more of a zoom on that map display. Okay, we'll just give a call out to all aircraft that is around us. I don't think again there's any. Yeah, there's not. Alright. Auckland traffic, New Zealand 443 is on the Davy 6 Alpha arrival for runway 23 left. So at the moment nobody else is providing any radio communications.
Auckland traffic, Qantas, manifest Charlie, reduce speed to 200 knots for super rating.
Should get to change something here. We'll go. Get the up there. Here we go. Okay. So we'll start slowing down a bit more. Go down to the green dot on speed, which is our minimum flat retraction speed. Start to slow down even more now. What have we got out here? So down there is actually Ardmore Airport, or Ardmore Airfield. That's where I did my my flying training down there. And around this area is actually the training area for Ardmore. Tray tables up, indeed. In fact, this here, we've actually got our own tray table. We're looking good on profile now, so we'll go flaps 1, go approach
checklist.
Baro ref
1009 set.
1009 set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
273 set.
Auto brake.
Low armed.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
And now we'll go flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Go slow down more. So we'll go down to our slat speed. So those are the slats in front of the wing. In fact, we need a bit more speed brake to help us slow down. And we can now go approach mode armed and autopilot 2. We won't do an auto land. This is just to prepare just in case we need to go around. So Rangitoto Island is just over there in the distance, and the quarry is just there. Okay, approaching 3,000 feet. We've got Lokestar and Glide Slope active, so now we're on the ILS. We'll go flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Auckland traffic, New Zealand 443. It's just going established ILS runway 23 left. Bring the speed back. And gears going
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3. Radar altimeter alive.
Check.
And we'll go manage speed. Actually, no, we won't. Just we'll keep that well below. 2,000 feet. Okay, flaps full.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
And now we can go manage speed. That's weird. Doesn't want to go into manage speed, but that's okay. We'll just stay at 144 knots.
Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Just find out why it's not doing that. Yep, should be doing that. Oh, there it goes. Good. So we're established. We'll disconnect the autopilot approximately 1,000 feet. So what do we got around here? It's got Manukau.
1,000.
Check.
Manukau's a little bit more behind us, but that's okay. It's not too far. But we've got one of the main routes to the airport. Okay, 1,000 feet. Disconnect the autopilot. Autopilot disconnect. Okay, we are stable. Wind's got a straight headwind, so it's should be no crosswinds or anything.
$500.
500 feet.
400.
Okay, we're a little bit low.
100 above.
Check.
We'll correct that. Okay, Now we're on profile.
300. Minimum.
And we'll continue.
Check. Minimums.
Now we're committed to land.
200. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Not my best landing.
Spoilers. No reverse, engine 1 and engine 2 decel.
Okay.
70 knots.
Engine braking. Okay, looks like we'll vacate Alpha 8. We do have an aircraft on final. Auckland traffic, New Zealand 443 has vacated Alpha 8 for gate 30. Okay, start to clean up. Okay, the first officer just turned on the APU, so we'll have some electrical power once we get to the gate. Because once we turn off the engines, there'll be no electrical power provided unless we have the APU. Alright, flaps are retracted. We can call the after landing checklist.
After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Right, we also need to, excuse me, we also need to call our gate. So we're at gate 30. We don't need a follow me car. He's just landed. You can just see him. He'll want your parking spot, probably. I won't be surprised, to be honest. But it's a race to the gate, I think. There's plenty of gates here, so we'll take. I think what we'll do. In fact, we might actually, because there's only one other aircraft here, we might go down to the far end and I'll show you where I work. I actually work out at the airport, so we'll go down to the end. So we'll go down here. So, for people that don't know, the International Terminal for Auckland is just behind us. The Novotel Hotel is just that one that's poking up there. Got the air traffic control tower, and this little bit here, this bit here is actually the domestic terminal. So we'll go down all the way. If he takes our gate, we'll just choose another gate, it's no issue. Got the turboprop hangars, which is just over there, and just over there you got the business jets. That's where the business jets park, and then next to that you got the fire station just there, and there in that building right there is where I work, right there. Yep, that is absolutely true. So our car park is just there, and this is the Air New Zealand jet hangars coming up on our left. Oops. Not paying attention to what I'm doing. So we'll turn back on, we'll go along Bravo, and then we'll come back over, just so that we're not cutting anybody off. So we'll go around to Bravo 2. We're actually going to go back onto Alpha. And then so, just so that we're not, because 23 left is the main runway that's in use at the moment. So there you go. So Air New Zealand Engineering Services is this whole area, and it's basically where I work. I'm actually I'm a crew controller at Air New Zealand, so I look after the air crew. So we'll come back onto Alpha. We'll come onto Bravo 3. Take the next one to get onto the domestic. So it looks like that aircraft is actually stolen, I think. Is he on our gate? I'm not too sure. So we'll go on to Bravo 4 here. Oh, maybe he's on 29. Don't know, can't see from here. If he is, we'll just we'll change our gate. So gate 33. Yep, he's stolen our gate. Awesome, well done, mate. Good work. You probably should have got there first, but oh well. So we'll revoke. GSX. And we want gate. We'll take gate 31, eh? I think that's what we'll do. And nope, we don't want that. Cool. So we'll go on to gate 31. Bo, please be careful unloading all your stuff. You thought absolutely necessary to put in that overhead locker. Please don't bother standing until the doors are open. You can't get out any faster. Yeah, true. Oh, he's disconnected. Oh, he's disconnected. Oh well. Right, anyway.
Taxi lights off.
Hopefully we get a perfect parking and the marshallers actually do a gangman style dance. See if we get that, eh? Oops, hang on, let's see. So we'll just follow the marshaller. That's right, mate. Come on. Easy. Bit more. There you go. We'll do that. Cool. Parking brake set. Just wait for the APU bleed to go on. APU bleed is on. Right, number 1 engine shut down. Number 2 engine shut down. Okay, now you can hear that little sound. It's now cut over to the APU. So the engine's now not providing its... Oh, he's doing the game aim, see? Look at that. Check that out. So that just basically means we've got perfect parking. Woohoo! Nice. Alright. Okay, let's get these passengers off. So we'll do that. GSX. Requesting
The boarding requested.
So here comes the jetway. Let's wait for the passengers to start deboarding.
Passengers deboarding starting.
There we go. Let's have a look outside, eh? Oh, got run over. So here comes the unload. This guy here with the mullet has obviously got a lot of twins. So we're unloading the containers at the moment from what we took from Wellington. So you, in the real world, you never ever get this close to the brakes. They are super hot. So if we have to go back into the aircraft, I will show you the current temperatures of the brakes. Not too hot, but they still pretty warm. 175 degrees, 175 on the left and 205 on the right. So if you've got a fried egg, yeah, you probably stowed on the flight, eh? Might be a surprise. So we'll go back out. This airport does have a terminal view, but it's, to be honest, it's not that great. Could be a lot better. So standing here is a big no-no. That's super hot too. So the amount of exhaust that's still coming out, or the hot air that's still coming out of that exhaust, my god, it is hot. I've actually, in fact last week I came out here and I stood just about here, in fact yeah, right here, and that amount of exhaust that's coming out of that engine was, I just, it's hard to explain. That hot air was just too much. So, still unloading. there anything in this area that you want to see? You can go and have a look at the, or run down to, let's have a bit of an exercise, eh? Let's run down. Let's run. So this side here is actually the Jetstar.
Do you want to deboard crew?
No, we don't need to deboard crew. So these well, 3 gates is the Jetstar gates, and then over here is all the international terminal. Pot caught in the kettle back there. Let's run. That'll be why there's no planes at the gate. Flights got cancelled. Yeah, definitely. It's always the case, isn't it? There we go. So have a look around. So that is it, gentlemen. So again, thanks so much for joining us on this flight from Wellington to Auckland on New Zealand 443. So I hope you enjoyed that that stream. We will be back tomorrow night just before our exit stream, and we'll do a flight from Auckland to Queenstown. Hopefully probably start around about 6:30ish New Zealand time. I've just got to sort out the time, but we'll get things started. So yeah, hopefully you really enjoyed that. Thanks mate, I really appreciate that. And if you can, just leave a like on the way out, that'd be great. So definitely we'll be back, and I'll also see you on Oaksy stream as well. So again, thanks so much. Really appreciate everything you guys do around here, and we'll catch you later. Thanks so much.